Hey, your lads have dumped these bottles by me gnomes.
Cider bottles? Give over.
That fence you mentioned, I'll take you up on it.
OK.
I'll fence them in, that's what I'll do. Then nobody can get at them.
You measure up and I'll see what I can do, eh? If you don't come knocking straight away, I've got to get my head down.
I said to Edna you were late this morning. Big one, was it?
Dock fire. Big, all right. Been dragging screaming pigs out of the hold. You can still hear them ages after.
Well, you'll be able to have a quiet kip, because Marie's in town with Edna.
Still?
And when they finish shopping, they're going in a cafe. That's Edna's idea. Teach me she's got a life of her own. You know, that sort of caper.
We have our differences over the kids. You know, me saying she's too soft or her saying I am. I'm not surprised it carries on after they fled the nest.
I don't know what you mean.
You know, you and Edna not seeing eye to eye. Over your lad, Kevin. I'm just remarking. We're the same.
The only thing we've got in common, lad, is we're married to two blabbermouths who should know better. Beg your pardon?
Nothing. Something I thought you'd say. I'm just dashing in for a bite to eat, then dashing out again.
I've got no lunch.
Same here. Open a tin. I will.
Blabbermouth. And drunkards.
Well, that's the last time he gets money from me, if that's how he spends it.
Well, we didn't push the boat out, did we?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, he was 16, wasn't he? I mean, in some cultures, he'd have laid a ceremony on, wouldn't he? He'd have had a big binge in that. We'd have had to foot the bill.
We did.
Yes, unofficially we did.
I know it was his present. But I didn't know he was going to spend it on booze. Oh, look at the state of these. I'll have to get some more.
Well, that's the best he had, Sheila.
Anyway, I know what your argument's going to be. He's got to learn how to handle money. Well, this time it won't wash.
Look, Sheila, love, I know you think I give our Damon more leeway than I give Karen, but I understand the lad.
Oh, dear. Well, I'm glad you understand somebody, because you're not very great on our Karen. Or me, come to think of it. And if they're brown, love, don't buy 'em.
Sheila, I do understand you, love.
Oh, do you?
Yes, and I know sometimes you think I'm a rubbish father. No, you do. And you make it obvious, don't you? But I know what I've done with our Damon was right in not wiping the floor with him. And he'll realise that in time. And he'd be sorry he blew that money. I can guarantee you that.
And anyway, he's on the brink of manhood. And the lad's got to learn how to take his ale, because that's what's expected of him.
Well, it takes two, doesn't it? I mean, where are you when he come home from school of a night, eh? You're out cleaning. Oh, hang on. I know you've got to go out to work because I'm on the scrap heap. But is it worth it? Why don't you weigh up what you're in and not being here when he comes home from school, eh? I mean, it is a fair point, isn't it, Sheila?
He's 16. He shouldn't need watching over. Our Karen doesn't.
Sheila, I got so drunk when I was 16, I thought my mother was going to have to send for the priest. And as soon as my head hit the bed, I never thought I was going to get up again.
I feel it, you know. Not being here when they get home from school, not seeing them in the morning.
I'll bring it down there with the bag more. Hey, you're doing that.
No, I'm just sympathetic, really. Yeah, I could cushion once, you know, fell over on some ice. Did not go down with a whack.
You never.
He's got an headache, Karen.
Oh, been in the ale again, have you? All right, once is enough.
The nurse will give you tablets if you want.
No, she won't. She'd treat you like you're sniffing glue or something.
Oh, she's all right.
She's not. I sent Gizmo a break. I told her to tell her two to take away.
Hey, what do you think of her chili?
That's what she said. And then she said how pale he looked, and she got out these big, massive pills. I had to swallow two in front of her. I ended up with nothing.
Hey, Karen, did you hear that? That's lovely.
Are you helping me or what?
Yeah, I'm helping. Hey, Damon, back for dinner.
Julie?
Sorry. What do we do then?
Go over to them. Tell them they're allowed to come over here and sign up, as long as there's no rush.
A rush? You must be joking.
And Julie, if they start to clown around, we'll just have to pack it in.
It's daft though, this petition. I mean, how can you have a petition for something you can have already? If you want just veg, you can have just veg. No one forces you to have the meat.
It's not a proper balanced meal, is it? Just the veg. Well, they're serving it up already.
Anyway, you can put your name down for a veggie meal.
Oh, I know, but if the numbers aren't that great, they just don't bother, do they? But they tell us there's an alternative. I think we're too thick to notice the difference.
Hey, Karen, one of the kids wants to know if the teachers will say, you know, read the names like the sign.
Well, of course they will. It's standing up to be counted, isn't it? Otherwise they shouldn't do it if they're too chicken.
I am, mate. I'm chicken.
Carry one, carry two. I'll get it.
No, I'll get it. Finish that now, you've started.
You're gonna chap your hands.
That's my lookout.
Well, what's with this bookkeeping malarkey, girl, eh? I know we've got to keep them straight so we know where we're up to, but no one's gonna see them. I mean, we're not gonna be declaring the business, are we?
Shout louder, Bobby.
Don't mind me.
Anyway, love, what can we do for you?
It's the car again, Bobby. Look, somebody at work said the fault may lie with a loose connection at the coil wire. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, I'll just get my coat.
Oh, thank you.
Sit down.
Oh, thanks, Sheila. How's your business doing? You going to be able to build it up?
If we carry on like this, love, definitely not.
Oh, well, I suppose there are a few things you ought to bear in mind. A bit too pushed for time to go through them at the moment.
Well, if you could at some time, love, I'd be very grateful.
Oh, tomorrow if I get the chance.
Oh, great. It's not just the accounts. We've got this electrician. Every time I send him out on a job, we get complaints. We're going to get a reputation as cowboys if we're not careful, and that would be the finish.
How are you managing, love, with the car off the road?
Taxes, I'm afraid. It's really brought it home to me, you know, how much I took for granted. Roger used to do all these sorts of things.
Always knew where his meals were coming from, though, and his next clean shirt. Bet he took that for granted.
Looks like I mightn't be needed after all, love.
Oh, I suppose they'll both know what's wrong with it, and they won't believe a word I have to say.
I'll give you a bit of moral support, eh? Bit of backup.
Beats doing sums.
See, the trouble is, a lot of people look for a big problem, when really it's often something quite simple.
Well, I don't understand it. If it fires, but it won't turn over.
Yeah, but that's consistent with my theory, see? Look, if this is loose, the contact breaker inside the distributor, and there's a bad connection here at the low-tension terminal.
It's simple, then.
All right, lads.
Alan's your man, Heather. He reckons he's cracked it.
I think the fault lies at the coil, Heather. Bad connection.
Oh, then you could be right.
Well, the proof of the pudding. Tell you what, have you got a couple of minutes? If I solve it, it'll be for good.
Taxis must mount up.
Well, you sure you don't mind? It's very kind of you.
Look, I'm available if you want any help, you know, lad.
Look, if yours is a loose end, Bob, you can come and give me a hand. I'm measuring up for a new fence. Come on.
Yeah, all right, Sage. Protecting your property, are you?
I like people who just get on with it.
You're not going to just stand there chatting, are you?
No.
Good.
You wait for a woman's heart. Via the carburettor.
What, Alan? Oh, behave yourself.
It's feasible.
Goofy. Now you come back here. Now press it out and sign it proper, will you, or else just don't bother. It's all right by me, you know. How's it going? Oh, great. Look, we need another sheet with lines.
I'll do it in a minute, well.
Oh, well, Karen, is that about the meat boycott for tomorrow?
Yeah? Oh, it'd be great if people know what to expect.
Oh, they're not the teachers, then, surely. I mean, they could come down on it, you know. And Fowler won't be any help.
Could be right there.
Well, cover it over or something. It's like jumping the gun, you know. Well, I've got this feeling...
Oh, it's a hard life when you got problems, eh?
Oh, talk to yourself, eh?
I know when you're hard-pressed at work, you've got a lot to think about. But you've got to have a car you can rely on.
Well, I'm winding things up at the minute. I've got 100 different things to do. Thanks a lot, Alan. It's appreciated.
It's okay.
Fixed it, did you?
You just listen, mate. Aye, it does sound sweet, even though I say it myself.
It's meant that kiss for you, you know, not the engine.
Don't talk so soft.
It's hard for a woman to show a bloke she's got feelings. And she has. Make no mistake.
What sort of feelings?
Fun.
It's all right, Edna. Curtains are drawn. Was George all right when he came home, do you know?
Well, Harry said he was just a bit late, that's all.
Oh.
Big fire down at the docks.
I know. I saw it in town. in the paper headlines.
Well, it's as you observe, love. He's safe in the land of Nod. Now then, which of you two ladies needs a porter?
I'll be all right when I get some air down me. I felt sick on the bus.
That's it. Take a good deep breath. Right from the diaphragm. Mind you, it's worth the bus ride, isn't it? To be out in the open.
You can breathe out here. You can't in the town. Not in the centre, anyway.
Oh, you're right there, love.
Oh, it's very good of you to do this.
Oh, it's no trouble.
Just a cup of tea and a sandwich. Nearly £1 in money. I don't know how people manage to eat out.
Well, it's often a snack that costs the most these days. I used to like a good meal out when Sam were around for company, you know.
You could still eat out. You could eat out with us.
Oh, look, Edna.
Oh, just high tea, that's all. Tomorrow evening. I don't think a man should have to do for himself. Not all the time, anyway.
Hey, I can cook, you know. Tell you what I'll do. I'll prove it to you. Given that it's Shrove Tuesday, how about me making you some pancakes?
No, Harry wouldn't eat them. He says they'd lie on his stomach. I think he's got a weakness there myself. Mind you, where hasn't he?
Well, never mind then, love. But I will come to you tomorrow, if that's all right.
About 6 o'clock. Then Harry has time to digest his food, otherwise we both suffer. Him with the pain and me for causing it.
Well, bye then.
Bye. Ta-ta.
Ta-ra, love.
Oh, Harry, you made me jump.
I don't know why I live here.
You've been lurking, haven't you? Lurking outside.
Get off. The man can't walk in the bounds of his own garden.
I suppose you've heard I invited him to supper, since he's been deserted by that woman.
Some men have all the luck.
What did you say?
Are you making a cup of tea?
Yes, of course I am.
Because I want to have a word with you, and I'd thank you if you'd come and sit down. Now listen, I don't want you discussing my affairs outside this house. And that goes for me insides, as well as things that are strictly private. Things that are my concern and nothing to do with anybody else.
Kettle, Harry.
You stay where you are. And I don't think it's intolerable for me to ask you either. I mean, it goes against a person's pride.
That Rothwell woman's got the kids. They're going to have the tea with her, Trevor.
Spuds are ready. Crisp on the outside.
I'll have to get a knife.
No, look, they're ready.
We'll stick them in the oven. I've loved these stupid things from town. We're going to sit down and have our tea on them in front of the telly.
I thought they were delivering them.
Oh, well, they were meant to be. But they didn't arrive, though, did they? And you pay more for delivery. So I went in the shop to point that out.
And you got yourself in an argument.
Some old bag said, take them. Take the lot. So I did.
I hope you got some money back.
Snotty-nosed cow said to me, there's no need to make an issue out of a petty sum.
True, isn't it? For us. I mean, we needn't worry so much now.
There. That's it. Oh, don't need standing up. You make me think of a giraffe. George.
Hey, kids aren't here.
No, Michelle.
Chips are in the oven.
Yeah, let's have a cuddle.
Coming to get you. Hey, what's wrong with the floor?
I'm too old, George.
Get over. Do I have to check the law?
Yes, you do. Every last one.
Shouldn't you be out cleaning?
Yes, I should. I've had to take the evening off because you need a minder. You can't be trusted, can you?
What do you think of the layout?
What, can we get through all this, you mean?
Yeah. You just put the exact time of the call there against the nature of the work, and that column's there for any comments, you know.
Beautiful. What's this then? Incoming call 3:55 and then blank.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what was it? An heavy breather?
Another complaint about Jack.
Oh, no.
Look, it's simple, Sheila. Just don't send Jack on any more electrical jobs.
But he's down as an electrician.
I finished. Can I go out now?
No.
Yes, go on, but don't get back at midnight.
Thanks, Dad.
Well, are you going to explain?
Mum, can Alan come round and make some pancakes?
Oh, I don't know.
Aubrey's only hanging round outside.
Oh, say yes.
Oh, well, say yes. And Karen, don't let him come now, whatever you do.
And Karen, tell us the exact time he's coming, will you?
And shout it to our Damon.
OK.
Look, can we discuss this later? She'll be back in a minute.
We'll discuss it now.
Well, look, when you work with someone day in and day out for donkey's years, well, you get loyal towards them, don't you? Jack was just as hard up as the rest of us, but more so, in fact. So, look, Sheila, what I've done for Jack.
Well, what have you done exactly?
Well, he's not an electrician. Not qualified, I mean. Oh, he's done a bit, otherwise I wouldn't have sent him. Anyway, when I knew he'd made a cock-up, I had a chance to put it straight. But you'd have booted him out, so, well, I just kept quiet about it.
You told me he worked at electrics at work.
He did, in the stores. In the electrical stores.
So I've been sending out a storeman doing rewiring at hairdressers where people could have been electrocuted.
Well, I'm glad you realise what's at stake.
I beg your pardon?
Well, damage and all that sort of stuff, it does go on, you know. I mean, I don't think you appreciate it.
Go on.
Well, I don't think you've thought this through properly, girl, have you? You know, just what you've taken on. I mean, it is complicated, Sheila, isn't it? But you've rushed into this without being properly prepared.
Rushed? Well, if I've rushed, I'll tell you why. Because every week I've got 5 mouths to feed. Every month there's a mortgage to find. And no, I'm not made up with this cleaning job. That's why I want this agency to work. And for that, the register's got to be right. And if people say they've got a skill, Bob, they've got to have a skill.
Stuff for the pancakes will be round in 20 minutes.
Oh, good heavens.
Well, look, I'm a fitter. That's my skill, not this sort of thing. And if you think I'm going to be a troubleshooter, I'll be no good at that if I've got to go crawling.
Yes, it does, because I want somebody to man that phone and butter up the clients. Not exactly your idea of a dream job, is it, kid?
No, you said it.
But now there's the extra income, George. Who says you have to be a fireman? You could work normal hours like normal people. And I wouldn't go cold every time I heard a siren. Or would lie awake at night listening to the wind and thinking it's burglars. And another thing, they never say fire, do they? In the papers, I mean. Blaze, they say. In capitals.
It was. Lit up half a Birkenhead. If you didn't have to put it out, you'd just stand there and marvel at it, truly.
But there has to be easier jobs, George. Even in a time like now. There has to be.
Through the smoke, I saw this old fella slumped over a bollard. No, he wasn't dead. He was dead drunk. But the smoke he was breathing was really foul. He was too far gone to notice. So I shifted him to somewhere safe. When he came to and realised, he wouldn't let go of my hand. You're a gentleman. You're a gentleman.
You'd saved his life, George.
Maybe. I do know there are nicer jobs.
You like the nasty ones.
Enough to make it not worthwhile changing. All jobs have their pressures, love. Even the really posh ones. Some would say especially the posh ones.
You're very thoughtful, aren't you, George? You wasted on a fireman.
Oh, no, the spuds.
All go.
Pardon?
All go for the modern woman.
I'm home now, Mr. Cross.
Yes, but what to? Not hot dinner on the table, that's for certain.
Look.
Look, you listen to me. Tomorrow, after work, you come round and have a wee bite with us. Tomorrow. Suit you?
Look, I really am quite organised, you know.
I know, love, but there's no substitute for company. And Edna loves having guests. Any kind of gathering, she'll have the doilies out. She really will.
Oh, I didn't realise.
Yes, and she'd be hurt if you didn't turn up. She takes it personal.
All right, thank you very much.
Tomorrow.
Hey, there we go. Another one.
Well, does the fat go in now, then?
Yeah, but not too much. Remember, you mustn't fry them.
Yeah, sugar them over here.
No, on the table.
Karen.
Somebody's busy then, eh, girl?
Yeah, got loads on tonight.
Hey, she's busy in school and all.
Why, up on your third world soapbox again, eh, kid?
A bit. Listen, you know how bad it won't be, and don't you? Don't go doing too many.
Don't worry, love. It's just a time-consuming process. Hey, Damon, we could do with a bit more battering here, lad.
Big day at school tomorrow.
Aye.
Start a boycott at the canteen. It's hamburgers, you see.
Well, it's not about the hamburgers, not really.
No, not really. It's more about, well, the way we decimate the rainforest, actually.
Well, you know what the other one decimates, don't you, Cratchit? She decimates the welfare state. There'll be kids going to school with no breakfast inside them, you know, from homes where money's a little bit tight. And no chance of getting a school meal provided to make up for it.
Karen?
Kids in 1984, half asleep at their desks, full of onto the crust.
Karen, did I hear you right?
Just a minute, Sheila. That's what you want to protest about, because these kids will cost a dear, you know. Medicines, school bobbies, probation officers and all that stuff. To say nothing about the teaching that's being wasted.
Bob?
And what about all the untapped human potential, eh? Only got to take care, Mike. Forced to join the army for the lack of a real alternative, eh? Well, I'll tell you what, she's starving brains. The very brains that could put the country back on its feet.
Alan, would you come in here a minute, please?
Right, Damon, take over. That'll be ace. Yeah?
Would you mind telling my family why you're here making pancakes?
Well, I thought it'd be a nice gesture. You know, something pleasant.
And because today's Shrove Tuesday?
Well, yeah, but that's obvious, isn't it?
No, it's not obvious. Not to my Catholic daughter, brought up in a good Catholic home, that tomorrow is Ash Wednesday. And on one of the 2 days of the year, when no Catholic school serves meat, she's ordered a boycott of hamburgers. Or have I got the wrong end of the stick?
Hey, she's dead right, you know. Spot on.
Hey, Damon, don't leave him.
I was too busy with my petition. It didn't dawn on me.
Well, didn't anybody else notice? Are all Catholic kids like you?
I didn't publicise it, though. Well, not in advance.
Ah, well, you'll be all right, girl. You'll be able to back out.
Hang on. That's why I was first home from school tonight. She went round school sticking up notices everywhere. They'll be all over, won't they?
Yet they will. And the divvies like you'll be weighing themselves.
Aye, aye, Karen.
Right, here we are then. Pancakes up, and they're definitely vegetarian.
Oh, shut up with your pancakes.
Shut up, Damon.